For the past couple of decades, autism awareness has been a huge goal, and it's been fantastically successful in getting the message out there that autism exists and that it's something that we need help with, that we need donations, that we need these foundations and this medical research. But with 1 in 50 young men and 1 in 90 children in general being diagnosed with it in the youngest generation, it's a problem that's far bigger than we expected it to be with just an awareness campaign. You have adults now who are on the spectrum and who are trying to hold down jobs and trying to live lives and have wives and children. And you have people of all ages, tens and hundreds of thousands of them, who are or could be diagnosed with autism. And so we're at a point now where it can't just be a question of therapy and processes to help, but it has to be a question of how do we, those with autism, and those of you who don't have autism, interact with each other. And so we have to address the question of not just awareness of autism, but understanding autism. What does autism mean? What does it mean for a person to have autism? How will they see the world differently? How might they react differently? And how can they and neurotypical people have constructive and positive interactions? And so what I want to do and what I am going to be doing for as much as I can until this catches on and until we're all doing it, is helping to help everyone understand autism. So the big goal, the grand scheme, is that right now I'm a person with a message. But the important thing here is the message, that there is a diverse range of ways people can experience and interpret the world. There's the neurodiversity movement, which addresses this in part. And my personal experiences with autism is that I want to reach a point where people are actively understanding autism, where in schools they're being exposed to people who have autism, who have different ways of experiencing the world, that everyone knows or can imagine knowing someone with autism in their life, and that at some point I won't need to be spreading the message because there won't be a message to spread anymore. It will just be a part of our culture. Oh, well, I'd love to be on Jon Stewart because one of the biggest things about spreading something like this, with any sort of, I don't want to call it a rights issue, but with any issue about trying to address understanding and acceptance, is that you have to step away from being the other and start being one of us, normal. And so autism obviously isn't normal in many ways, but we are still people. We all still, have stresses. We all still have goals and wants and desires in our lives. And so you've got a few people out there who had autism, or have autism rather, who talked about it after the fact. There's Dan Aykroyd is one famous person who has recently said he has autism. There was Daryl Hannah who recently came out and said she has autism. And so part of it is getting those of us who have autism to come out in front of normal people and be normal in front of normal people, to talk with them. And so, one of my big long-term goals is I'm a huge, huge fan of The Daily Show. It's one of my favorite TV shows, period, bar none. And I would love one day to sit across from Jon Stewart and talk to him about what it means to have autism and show his audience of so many thousands of viewers that someone with autism can be there and be just a part of everyday life.